Hi you guys, I'm back today with a video on a brand that I absolutely love and I'm always excited to see a package from because it comes from far away and it's some of the most beautifully packaged stuff that I received. So what I'm talking about today is the strangest name ever for a palette. It is called the Luscious Nut Toad from Tammy Tanuka, Sigil inspired. This is the packaging itself. This palette ends up being about $22 USD. It is the size of your palm. You can get it in a larger size, but I went ahead and got it in a smaller. I love that she has both sizing options. I think it's nice for people that have large collections like I do. And this is what the inside looks like. Now, in this lighting, you can't tell. These look not very special, but they are very shifty, and it is a gorgeous palette. Like, this is very much a multi-chrome. This has a little bit of duochrome. This is also a little bit duochrome as well. Very interesting, and you are only seeing the green on that top one. Very interesting. So when I'm seeing it, I'm seeing kind of a copper brown shade, and you guys are seeing a like bright green. It's very funny. Multi and duochromes are very interesting for that reason. I always love seeing what it's going to look like. As far as shipping, it got here actually extremely quickly, especially considering the state of everything that's going on with shipping containers and stuff. I was really surprised to see it arrive so soon. It came in like 2.5 weeks, which is great. Also, I'm just going to make note of the fact that you guys will notice I don't have a background right now. We are in the process of moving, so for the next little bit while we are packing and getting ready to move, you will not see a backdrop, and that is why. I didn't want you guys to be like, how janky, where's her backdrop? In case I post this video first, or if you guys don't watch my other video, we are moving, and you'll get to see all the information about that if you want to check out that video. But as far as this goes, I think quality, she did a great job. The mattes are extremely easy to use. I used just one matte, and I just put more pressure and less pressure as I wanted to use it, so I got deeper and lighter tones from it. I really, really like it. I hope to do a second look with this palette, but I don't know if I'll be able to, truthfully. I'd like to get to some of my other ones, but I really want to use these green tones, but I don't want to green you guys to death. Although I'm kind of like, maybe I should green you guys to death. You guys let me know. It'll be too late by the time you see this. I will have made a decision one way or the other. And then for the foiled and multi-chrome shades in here, they're fantastic. The quality is really good. Okay, so I did a comparison. This eye has glitter glue, and this eye does not. Because I've heard people say, oh, it doesn't work without a glitter glue. I don't know what's wrong. I don't have any kind of eyeshadow base. I don't have any glitter glue on or anything like that on this eye. And then this eye, I went ahead and used it. In fact, I don't like this eye as much as this eye, so you guys be the judge. Do you think it's not impactful? I've heard people really say that they don't feel like they're opaque or that they work or that they're not that good. And to each their own. It's definitely an experience where, you know, if you're getting that experience, I'm not trying to discard that or anything. I will say this, sometimes brush can make a difference, and I really enjoy, and of course I can't find the damn thing, I really like this type of brush with these shadows. So this is a MAC 242, and I have both this and a regular one. This is just one that came in a holiday one. I feel like it does a great job picking up a shadow and placing it. It's a great brush. So if you are using something different, maybe try and find something like this. And I know they're not super cheap. They're not the most expensive, but they're not the least expensive. But I really think long term it's worth the investment to get a brush like this. There are other ones from other brands, like this one's from Morphe, but it's just not quite the same. It's not awful though. So if Morphe's in your budget, maybe try and get one like this. So it's not the exact same, but they're fairly similar. And here's the 242 that I got from MAC. Now this is the S, so 242S. The other two I have of my MACs are not the S. So this is synthetic. Sorry, I tried to say it like 6 times. It's embarrassing. But surprisingly, and I'm normally not a fan of synthetic brushes, this worked really, really well. So if you are having a hard time, maybe consider picking this brush up. Back to the palette, I definitely feel that the performance is there, and I think the quality is there, and I don't think you'll have any issues, especially maybe if you give that a shot, or if you're still having trouble, pick up the NYX glitter glue. It's $4, I think, maybe $4 or $5. Really works well, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and swatch this. I'm going to do at least this eye look, and then I'll be back at the very end with my final thoughts, so you probably already know what they are. The shade could be possibly called 090. This shade is amazing. It's kind of like a slate gray with gold, a hint of green, and it is really unique. The next shade is 091. And that is a really interesting color. So you guys are seeing mostly green, and I'm seeing like an old gold with brown and a hint of green, but in the camera it looks a lot more green than I'm seeing it. The next shade I believe is 092. It's a really nice kind of olivey gray brown shade. This next shade is possibly called 093. That shade is so freaking gorgeous. It's like a million times better than it looks even on the camera right now. So it's kind of a charcoal based brown, copper, gold, but the glitter particles that are not, you know, they're not thick like a normal glitter particle. They are so brilliant. It's not even funny. The next shade is 094. And that's kind of like a rosy brick shade, possibly 095. And this is another one, the lighting keeps changing. This is another one where it is so glittery looking, but it is not texture-wise like that. And this is kind of a soft peachy pink to a gold. It is very, very pretty. And that is the whole Toad palette. Alright, you guys, I'm back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. So, first things first, the name of this is extremely weird. So, the Luscious Nut Toad, I just feel is like a little dubious. I'm sure it's probably something different in Russian, but that's what it like equates to in English. So it's very entertaining. I find it to be kind of funny and very unusual. But this is what the palette looks like. It's very cute in the sense that I like this packaging. It's kind of simple, but I like it for that reason. And I love that there are different size choices because for somebody that has a really large collection, it's impractical to keep getting full-size pans. I wish every brand would do this. So this size right here is $22. It did ship extremely quickly. It came from Russia, but it got here in like 2.5 weeks, and you cannot beat that. I think that's pretty great. When you open it up, this is what it looks like on the inside. It does make these really hard to swatch, but they are really easy to use in my opinion. And this is the color story, which I think would be great for this time of the year as we come into the Christmas season, or the holiday season. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's totally okay too. This is what it looks like. It is beautiful. The mattes work together so easily. I just felt like I could really get a lot of depth as I used it with different pressures. And then I also really enjoyed the duo and multi-chrome shades. She did a great job. She always does. I've never had a palette of hers I've not liked. I just find her stories to be very interesting. So for me, it was well worth it. I've seen other people say they've not had that experience, that it's been good for them. I would definitely say check out the beginning of this video if you want some tips that I use. With that being said, I think she did a great job. I cannot wait to see her next palette, which looks like another green palette and is extremely exciting to your girl. In any case, if this video was helpful to you guys, maybe consider leaving a comment down below. Like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.